You're welcome back. This face-to-face on Channel One Television. My guest is the Majority Chief Whip. So, you then had this thing in the MPC manifesto.
Yes.
How did you bring it into Parliament? Was it a private member's bill or the government sponsored the bill itself?
Because it's an action to deliver on that mandate.
So, Attorney General.
Yes. So, Attorney General. We went through a lot of processes and stakeholder engagements, but we are here. The bill is here. We are at the consideration stage.
What does that mean? Because
what that
you have
means
a lot of stages
it's been laid. We've referred to the Committee on Constitutional and Legal Affairs. They've done their consideration. They brought the report. We've debated the report. That's the principles of the bill. We've adopted the report. Now, consideration means we are now enacting the law. This is at this stage that we call enactment. We are like, we are enacting, we are fixing the provisions eventually to build the framework that we call them.
So you are going clause by clause?
Clause by clause. So we should be able to continue today.
Now, it appears there's some urgency with this. Why? Why is it so urgent to let this go?
Because
you have bills that have spent decades in Parliament.
Yes. Because, certainly in pursuance of Article 106, 107, 108 of the Constitution, the government is empowered to introduce a bill under a certificate of urgency. This hasn't been introduced that way, but we as a House are placing some urgency on it because we want to change the status quo. Status quo is the one perhaps you and your colleagues are going through now, which is we deem as not fair. And so once we launch the new framework, it grants greater access. Essentially what we are doing is to extend the mandate of the Makola as it is, the Ghana School of Law at Makola as it is, to the faculties, but they love to be called law schools of the universities.
If infrastructure was a problem, why didn't we just either put up more high-rise buildings at Makola or build a new Ghana School of Law or continue the process where the Ghana School of Law is sending students to Gimpa and UPSA and Kumasi?
That was ad hoc. And this ad hoc process had been in place for the past 8 years.
Yeah, but we can build a new Ghana School of Law, can't we?
Yes, but it will take time. It will take time. It means still access will be conscripted and constricted, and people will still be denied. So what we are saying is that, like my alma mater, University of Ghana School of Law, you admit your own freshmen for the LLB program. You take them through the curriculum. They graduate with the LLB. Then they proceed.
And the LLB would be for 4 years based on this bill you are working on.
It depends.
Currently, the LLB undergrad is 4 years.
No,
postgrad is 3 years.
If you are, yes, and I have a problem with the 3-year post-degree, first degree LLB. It's too long for me.
It should be what, 2 years?
It should be 2 years. Anybody who has a degree should be able to pursue the LLB in 2 years.
The courses are many.
Yes, but you should be able to do. I did it in 2 years. I didn't bend.
So at the time, that was the position, 2 years?
2 years.
So when did it change to 3 years?
That's my problem.
Okay.
It was Tech that did it for 3 years. In fact, that was what prevented a lot of people or dissuaded a lot of people from choosing UST over Legon. Legon was 2 years. So the duration was so attractive. So Legon was extremely competitive, but still we got in. The entrance exam was very competitive.
So based on what you have in the bill, does it talk about what the structure of the faculty for LLB should be, or you are just focused on the post?
You see, the LLB structures are already in existence.
So you're not touching those ones?
We don't have to tinker with it.
Okay.
But what we will do is that we are looking at high for some of the courses that are more academic in nature at the professional level to the LLB level. So for instance, company law, taxation,
commercial. Are you talking about the
commercial
LLB?
is what they teach at the LLB, but want to take company law in itself.
In in professional.
Yes,
company law.
Company law can be taught at the LLB level. It's a practice that you can teach at the professional level.
Okay.
You know, it's company law and practice.
And practice.
You see. So those courses like labor law, labor law ought to be taught at the LLB level.
Currently, they don't teach labor law at professional.
Okay, when we were there.
Okay.
And then also legal drafting.
Okay.
I think that legal drafting, in fact, legal drafting is the bedrock of every lawyer's knowledge is legal drafting. So I think that legal drafting ought to be foundational.
So it should be at LLB?
It should be at LLB.
How about evidence?
Evidence can be taught at the LLB level.
Okay.
I don't see anything.
So currently we have evidence. There's family law.
Yes, family law can be taught.
You want to go to LLB?
LLB.
Advocacy.
Advocacy can, in fact, advocacy ought to be taught at the foundational.
So you should also go to LLB.
So you see the moot court, the concept of moot court, is as a result of advocacy. So why do you take advocacy to the professional level when the practicals that you introduce the students to is done at the LLB level?
Interpretation.
Interpretation.
You want it to go to LLB?
You can do interpretation. You can do interpretation at the LLB level and interpretation at the professional level, because it's about 70% academic and 30% practice.
Okay.
You know,
the
courses that I think
criminal
can
and
stay
civil procedure.
Okay. As for them, those are the practical matters.
Okay.
So criminal procedure, fit for professional. Civil procedure, fit for professional.
We have something there called law practice management. And
yes,
legal
that
accounting.
is also managing legal firm, the ethics and all those things.
So
it's a new introduction. We didn't do it in.
Okay. Legal
we
accounting.
did it in what we call after pupillage.
Okay.
We did during pupillage.
Okay. So you would want those things upheld over there.
Yes.
But evidence could go to LLB. So you want very few courses at the professional law.
Yes. So that the practice, you go through the practice. The practice should also be maximum 2 years. So
the after LLB you should do 2 years
maximum.
So in your mind, if I already have a degree, I should do 2 years for LLB.
2 years practice.
4 years I'm done.
4 years you are done. Then you are ready for the national bar exams.
I'll come to the national bar, so it shouldn't be 5 years as currently. No. But if you're an undergrad, do your 4 years LLB. Come and do 2 years.
Practice.
There's a view that the 2 year professional should also become 1 year. What's your view on that?
I disagree.
You think it should be 2 years?
You see, the professional training, it's what really makes you a lawyer.
Okay.
It's that training that really makes you a lawyer.
And again, I'm going back to infrastructure, because that's why we are even having this conversation.
Yeah.
Justice Zenebua, when he was CJ, cut the sword for a Ghana School of Law around UPSA.
Yeah.
I think it was supposed to be a law village or something like that.
No, it wasn't a Ghana School of Law. It was
Law Village. I think that's what
Law Village.
Yes, which would also have the Makola.
Yeah, it was to move the Makola from its current location at Makola
to that place.
So
why didn't we provide the necessary budget and send it there so that we don't have to go through this?
Now, I think that structure had been completed. I've seen the structure. If I was started by Georgina Wood, or CJ Wood,
okay,
and then just any Eboa came to continue, just Sofaku, so they all came to contribute. So the law school eventually may have to move, okay, to that building.
But now that,
but we are not abandoning the law school as a training institution.
Sounds like you are crippling it.
No. The law school will maintain its foremost position as the training institution for legal education.
And to get students from where? Because now you are saying that if I go to University of Ghana LLB, I can become a lawyer there.
So it will receive students at the professional level.
Explain that.
Yes. So when you finish your LLB at University of Ghana, you can decide to apply to the Ghana School of Law for your professional training, and not continue your professional training with the University of Ghana School of Law. Or
I can continue at University of Ghana School of Law. So University of Ghana School of Law would choose the brilliant ones from the LLB and let them remain at Ghana School of Law.
No,
at the University of Ghana. Then Makola will be left waiting for the council after every school has KUC will choose their own, UCC will choose their own. When everybody is done, then council will now go to Makola.
You'll be surprised that Makola will rather become the creme de la creme or the primus inter pares.
That means you have not solved the problem.
We have solved the problem.
How? Because if people will still be queuing to Makola.
That is a matter of choice. Now people have options. Hitherto, they didn't have options. Hitherto, when anytime you obtain your LLB from, say, the University of Ghana, you were limited to applying to only Ghana School of Law, Makola.
So now you can apply to...
under this legal framework, if you obtain your LLB from the University of Ghana or UPSA, I still call it UPSA, I still call it IPS, you had the option of applying to the University of Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology School of Law for professional training, or UG School of Law for professional training, or UCC School of Law for professional training, or Central University School of Law for professional training.
Which is where I went to.
Good. Or Makola.
Okay, then you have all these options, and then when you are admitted, you decide which one to go to, or based on which one you get and which one you don't get.
No, before you are admitted, you decide where to apply.
You can't have first choice, second choice.
I don't think we want to.
Because if you leave it as just one choice,
yes,
everybody applies to Makola.
No, I think you have a point. I didn't have my mind to it, but you have an option to apply to any of these, depending on.
Okay.
You know, it's like leaving Yale, JD at Yale, and doing your LLM at Harvard, something like that.
But see, the point I made earlier, you still have to consider it.
Yes, I have.
KNUST would want to have their own.
Yes.
Legon would want to have their own there. And they would take the top of the class, most likely. Would Makola then be limited? Okay, would Makola have its own LLB stream?
No.
So Makola then just becomes an off-taker without farmers.
Off-taker.
That's what it's going to be like.
No, Makola is not an off-taker.
Currently, that's what it is.
Makola is not that. Makola is a professional training institution, foremost.
Taking students from LLBs.
Yes.
From faculty.
Yes. So now, what we are doing is to extend that mandate to the faculties.
Is Makola going to be a player or a regulator?
Makola is a player.
So if Makola is a player, allow Makola to also produce its own LLB. How about that?
Well, I don't think Makola is interested in doing that. He hasn't got that structure.
Okay.
We want to maintain its structure for training at the professional level.
What is the thinking among judges and lecturers at the University at the Ghana School of Law? Because we are hearing that they are not particularly happy with the approach that this bill is taking. Have you had meetings and engagements?
They were here.
They came here.
Yeah, they came here.
We heard that they were not happy.
But what do you mean they are not happy?
Okay, did you?
Listen.
Did you have some consensus?
Let's set the parameters right. They don't make laws. It's Parliament that make laws. They interpret the laws. So say that they are not happy.
But they teach the law.
Yes.
And they say
that they don't teach the law as judges. They teach the law as teachers. Yeah, but they are confused. You see, they should stop confusing their role as teachers with their role as judges. I think it's one of the problems we have. So that confusion must be very... If you are criticizing the bill as a teacher, you say so. Then we'll tell you that these are the principles behind the introduction of the bill, and they know why. Some judges who teach the professional law course go out of their way to organize extra classes and take money. It's unethical, but they do it. This system is to check all those. We can't have a system where they benefit from the status quo. How are they taxed? The monies they take from these thousands and thousands and thousands of LLB holders who are desirous. So they go and organize some extra classes and deem it special extra classes. And people are paying through their noses to be able to have access.
What kind of teachers are you proposing for the faculty level versus the professional course level? Because now it means the University of Ghana would have, apart from the University of Ghana School of Law, they would also have a School of Law, which does a professional.
Yes.
Who are the people qualified to teach based on your plan in this law?
Now, we are looking at minimum qualifications of a PhD in law.
For faculty or for the...
For the faculties.
Okay. So you have faculties. PhD.
Yes. And also for lecturers, teachers at the professional level. We are looking for lawyers of about minimum 10 years standing.
So it should be lawyers, not judges?
Lawyers, judges. You can, if you are a judge and of some repute and you have had experience of teaching. So your recruitment by the school to let you join the faculty, as it were, by the school will depend on the independent assessment that they'll have of you.
Which schools are you going to pilot this, or you are rolling it as immediately?
We are not piloting. The idea of pilot, I think somebody went to mention piloting, and I think it's wrong. The law will be implemented outrightly. So
from this coming academic year?
So there will be guidelines and checklists. What I mean is that there will be criteria for you to qualify, to be accredited
as a school.
As a school, there will be criteria for you or a checklist.
Are you going to start with
your size of your library, volumes of books, all those things?
Are you going to start with public universities before going to private, or you will accept everybody?
We have Article 25 of the Constitution, 25(1)(e), I believe, grants equal access to education, not equal access to private education or public.
So it's possible that all private schools currently that do law can continue to do this professional course alongside the public universities.
Our anticipation is that all existing faculties of law are eligible to apply, but you need to meet the criteria to be set out by the regulator. That will be the legal, the commission, the legal commission, I think so.
Okay.
Yes.
When I need to come to secondary school, I have to bring a BSc certificate. What will be the qualification to move me from faculty to the professional law course? What
LLB.
do I need to do?
LLB.
So if I have an LLB certificate,
yes,
everybody can go, or have to pass a certain level, say first class, second class, third class?
That will be dependent on the law school's internal arrangement. How you transition from LLB to professional is based on the law faculties.
You don't care about that, because the issue is that they talk about standards. They say standards will fall.
Yes,
quality will.
In the same way, to transition from LLB level 100 to level 200, it's not automatic.
You write promotional exams.
You write promotional exams. To transition from level 200 to 300, it's not automatic. You write promotional exams. To transition from maybe level 300 to level 400, final level, is also not automatic. It's based on rigorous internal assessment process. So if the faculty is of the view that even though I have awarded you LLB's second upper or second lower, or even a third class, but I should still test you before you join the professional level. That's their internal process.
But then that will be entrance exams again.
No, that may not be entrance exam, because it's the same school.
Okay.
You are not entering.
You're continuing.
You are continuing, and they are sieving you.
So you allow them to do this. So you leave them to decide these things.
Yes.
You are going to let them.
Yes.
Okay. What about if I already had an LLB as of last year?
Yeah.
What happens to me this year if I want to go to the Ghana School of Law? I've been doing preparatory classes and all of that. What should I do?
The Ghana School of Law would put out its own arrangements to admit LLB holders for the professional training under this legal regime. But it will be in conformity with the new regime, not in consonance with any other existing arrangements.
If I have an LLB from Central University now, can I decide to go back to Central University and go and do now that there's a professional course?
Yes, if they are
or
accredited.
People like me would only be allowed.
If they are accredited, they must be accredited.
Okay.
By the regulator to run the professional program, the law practice program.
So the backlog of LLB holders is not exclusive only to Ghana School of Law. Ghana School of Law can absorb as much as it can, while others would also continue to do so.
In fact, if UDS today gets accredited, the Faculty of Law UDS gets accredited, any group of people with LLB that are found within Tamale and its environment, they need not to travel to Accra. Okay. They will just get trained through the professional
You agree that the law is practice-based?
Yes.
Now, if you have so Justice Sewa, if you ask Bochwe teaches me criminal procedure.
She was here. She was part of the team.
She was part of the team. So if she taught me criminal procedure, and I am in a university in Sunyani where I do not have access to the judges at the High Court or the Supreme Court to teach me, like Justice Akabwa will teach me advocacy and all of those things. What happens?
There are 2 or 3 high courts in Sunyani. High Court 1, Court 2, Court 3. So basically, we have 3 High Court judges sitting in Sunyani, and we have a supervising High Court judge.
So if
we have a High Court in Wenchi.
So you're saying that there will be enough judges all around to teach?
There will be enough judges, but who says that senior lawyers can teach the course?
Okay. Exit interview.
Yes.
You have decided, based on what I have seen, to remove entrance exams and bring exit interview. It's the same problem that you have sent for.
Exit interview for who?
I'm talking about a bar exam. That's an exit interview, is it not?
No, it's not an exit. It's an exam.
Yeah, but that's an exit.
It's a professional.
If you don't pass it, you are not called to the bar.
Yes, it's not an interview.
I mean the exam, sorry.
It's an exam.
Yes, I'm saying that exit exam, you have used it to replace the entrance exams.
No.
How?
But there has always been an exit exam.
No, it's just normal, regular end-of-year exams.
That's your mistake. Because the exams that we write are professional too. That's when you pass, when you pass entitles you or put you in a privileged position to be called, let me say privileged because your call to the bar is also not automatic. It's also subject to other conditions.
So that's the bar exams?
That's the national bar exams.
So which is what you are now formalizing and national. So it's not going to be done just by Makola?
No.
So
it's not, it will not be done by Makola
but you will have a lot of people failing, and then the backlog thing you complain about will still be there.
Hold on. When you fail the bar exams, why? People fail the bar exams all the time. People fail all the time.
They write it in February.
Yes, they write it all the time. That's why we have mini calls. Sometimes it's also not because they feel the person must have traveled, gotten scholarship to go and pursue something quickly and return. So we want to, this idea of mini call, that too, one of the people leading the advocacy that it should be, we should get rid of it. So we have two sessions for the national bar exams. In January, I'm proposing January and July. So you prepare, when you are done with your LLB and you go through your professional training program with your law school and you graduate, they will graduate you, they must graduate you. When they graduate you, you are not a lawyer. You must now go and sit for the national bar exams. So in January, you prepare, you sit. If you don't pass, that's the end.
Independently of you?
Independently of any of the schools.
Okay.
Including the Ghana School of Law.
And who is to conduct that one?
That's the National Bar Council. So
there will be no General Legal Council?
No.
I'll ask you a question about that. This is face-to-face. When we come back, General Legal Council is going, the Ghana Bar Association is going. That appears to be the claim against Rockson. I'll ask him that when we come back. Please stay. This face-to-face.